Let's stand and pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ask Jason Stewart if he'll lead us in prayer, please.
Bow your heads, please. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you this time, Lord. We thank you for this day. Lord, we thank you for giving us the opportunity to work for the city and work for you, God. We pray that you would keep your hand upon this council as we do business for the city. We ask, God, you keep your hand upon all of our citizens. We ask, Lord, that you keep your hand upon our police, our fire safety, and our soldiers abroad. And we ask all of this in Jesus' name.
Amen. All right, I'll call the meeting to order by asking Ms. Toddy for a roll call. I'm sorry.
Cindy Wood.
Here.
Candida Robinson. Kara Roach.
Here.
Billy Poe.
Here.
Jason Stewart.
Here.
John Paul Thompson.
Here.
Ernie Link.
Here.
Brandon Schrader.
Here.
Bonnie Winkles.
Here.
Brett Parker.
Here. We have a quorum. You have a copy of the meeting minutes from the May meeting in your packet. I'll give you a minute or so to look over those, and I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Ernie Link made a motion, John Paul Thompson second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed with no. All right, you also have a copy of the financial report in your packet. Give you a minute to look over it.
Make a motion to
Jason Stewart made a motion.
Second.
Ernie Link second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed with no. All right. Department reports. I don't see, he just walked in the door. Yes, sir. Right in the nick of time.
We have a podium here for you, so we can hear.
We got word that our cars are supposed to be in this week. Ain't got any information since this week's gone on a hurry. Got our fingers crossed. So once again, I appreciate the mayor and all the council supporting us on these vehicles. I just got some information on what the officers done this past month. During this period, Trumann Police Department executed a total of 50 arrests comprised of 26 felony arrests, 24 misdemeanor. Of the 26 felony arrests, 6 were violent offenses, 13 were related to drug offenses. The remaining felony actions were a result of assisting other agencies in apprehending subjects with outstanding felony warrants. Misdemeanor arrests included but not limited to public intoxication, theft, assault, trespassing, failure to appear citations. Call for service. Since the 1st of May 2026, our department's reported to a total of 1,120 calls for service. 32 accidents, 75 disturbance calls, 17 theft calls, and 97 fire and rescue first responder calls. Sometimes we run a shift with just 2 guys, 3 at the most, so that's a lot of activity for those guys. I'm really proud of them.
Thank you, Chief. Anybody have any questions? Chief Thomas?
Thank you, sir.
Chief Kemper?
This fancy podium up here, all right? Business as usual for the fire department. We don't have anything real special going on. I would say, though, if the council wants me to, I can print off a monthly report for our runs and stuff. I know I used to do that. I just quit doing it because nobody really seemed interested. But if you're interested in it, our software is able to do a whole lot of things. We can print just about any report you want. If you want to see like run numbers or types of calls, things like that, I'd be glad to provide that every month. So is that?
I'd like it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Since the council was early in the month, it'd be hard. I can try to maybe just put it as a part of the packet. Yeah, so that way we can go maybe try to do it in a month. It may just be like a from this month to date type deal. But either way,
Previous month.
yeah. Sure, no problem. Okay. Anything else?
Questions?
Hey, I seen you the other day boosting the car off at KFC. I wanted to say Great, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we try to do the little stuff like that when we can. We put a flag up today for Oak Street Apartments, helped the Public Works take a light pole off at the tennis courts.
Using that
But sure,
ladder.
it's good to see that. Yeah, we don't post a lot on Facebook and do all that stuff. I just feel like it's kind of part of the job. I mean, you guys are the ones that taught us how to do that stuff. So it's, we're just, you know, standing on the shoulders of the giants before us. So yeah, I'm glad to see though that you've seen that. That's
I
good.
did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Pagan?
I have people
Tippy
telling
toe,
me
tippy
they
toe.
can't hear, they couldn't.
Yeah, like I think I needed anyway. I don't really have anything to report. I did thank the fire department for helping us get that light down today. I'm sure you know that we were having trouble with the tennis courts lights. We replaced all the bulbs, they're all shot. And so they removed one of the fixtures so we can determine what it is we need to do to fix it. Whether it's bypass it, new balance, different bulbs, whatever. But they helped us get one down so that we could determine what we needed to do so we could get a lift and fix them all. Anyway, I do appreciate their help. Other than that, I don't have any reports to give. I can't tell you off the top of my head how many water leaks we fixed, what sewer problems we had, what potholes we fixed. But anyway, we stay busy. Try to take care of business. So if you got any questions, I'll be glad to answer them, or try to.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Campbell's not here. I can say that we've been in discussion over several grants that he's applying for and he's looking at. We have a resolution tonight for the Fun Park grant, which he's working on as well. Ms. Kelly?
Okay, so we've had a great month of tournaments. We didn't get to have the last one of the month because of the rain, but if you notice, we did become very professional at getting 2 inches of water off the fields to play on Saturday, so that was a plus for us. We did make that tournament big. This month we brought in roughly around $24,000. That does not include like our labor and all that, but that's what we brought in. We did have a successful baseball and softball season, and we wrapped that up Thursday night. Everybody was pleased, we had fun. Trumann did not draw a postseason this year, we just weren't drawn, so our season ended last week. And then due to our sanctions that we're a part of, there's a state tournament, in June, and our district in June and state in July, so because of those, it kind of took our dates for tournaments, so we do have a 2-month break, and we'll start back up in August. We do have 8 tournaments scheduled for the month, or the rest of the fall season. And then we're starting to take signs now for Church League. So if you know anybody that wants to put a church in, come out and play, go to church league ball, we're starting that. And then our next season will be our fall sports, football, flag football, cheer. So anybody got any questions I can answer them? Try to give you
Doing a great job.
Thank you, I
Yep.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mason. All right, committee reports. Think we have any award reports?
Not really a award, but we had a community event on Friday. It was our Movies on Main. We showed Superman, had a really good turnout. Had some difficulties with our screen flying around everywhere and getting it started, but ended up being a little bit later. But we had about 250 in there that left with full bellies, so
Deal.
it was a good event.
I worked till 7 that night.
Anybody else? All right. Next up is unfinished business. Resolution number 1348 was tabled at the last meeting. A letter from the Arkansas Municipal League Attorney Caleb Alexander was obtained as requested. This letter states essentially that the CNS bid should not be considered, and is his recommendation that we do not select CNS's bid for, would open us up for a lawsuit. A copy of the letter should be in your packet. Techline Sports is also disqualified due to the contractor being listed on 2 bids and was the rep for both of those bids at the bid opening. Public Works Committee recommended Lumatech first and Geo Surfaces Incorporated second. Both of these bids are within reason. You have the bid sheet in your packet to look at. So we need to make a decision due to the bids running out of time.
What's our time frame?
The bids are good, I think, for 90 days, and that will be up
So we're looking at a bid timeline, not a grant timeline?
Bid timeline, yes. The grant timeline would be, I think they said by the end of the year, if I'm not mistaken.
For my opinion, I think if we know there's a warranty out there that's bigger and better than what we currently have, it makes no sense to pull the trigger on two that we may or may not be sure about. If we could just refuse, which we are able to do in the wording of our packets, just refuse those bids and rebid it. Or you could work in a co-op sense with Sourcewell or tips, whatever we use. There's some avenues there, but I don't think we have to rush this at all just because of a bid thing. $25 years, not have to worry about it, labor reports, and it's gonna be about the same anyway, as we can see.
I mean, it's all technology, and in 10 years, who's to say we're not gonna have to redo it again? When we got a 25-year on the table that equals, you know, almost the same dollar figure. If you take the two bids we got, you're looking at over $30,000+ a year that we're gonna have to pay. And you take another bid, and it can be $15,000 a year. That's a lot of money.
I'm confused. I wasn't here for this meeting, so I've looked through all this. So where are you coming at that we're gonna have to pay $30,000 a year? Is that with the bid that was
When you take your
submitted?
total dollar figure, Cindy, let's take the smallest bids just right at 308.
Right.
We got proposed for 10 years, that's $30,800.
I know, but we have a grant to pay part of that, most of that, right?
I understand that, but you gotta look.
Listen, you don't have to get sassy with me. I don't know. I wasn't here.
I know, I'm just saying,
I just
though,
don't
you gotta
know.
look at your total dollar figure, though. We got a grant to go to every one of these if we wanted to.
Right, the 250 that we have already, right?
That's right.
And they were all gonna be over regardless.
Yeah, every bid we got's over.
It's just a matter of how much warranty and product.
So where does it say that it's for 10 years?
Right, in the warranty where it
Which-
says fixtures and labor.
On the sheet here.
Hang on, I don't have, give me a second. I did look at that, but I wasn't, okay.
So one particular group had, I guess, left off their warranty for whatever reason. There was a warranty issue, and it should have been 25 years parts and labor instead of 10, 15 years or whatever it was. So you start kind of putting that.
I'm pretty sure all Musco lots are 25.
Yeah, I think that's what we ended up learning, but at this,
But they didn't
at
bid
the
it that
time,
way.
it didn't get.
They didn't bid it that way.
That's right.
And it got to, we didn't.
So why did they not bid it that way?
Yeah.
So so the installer would have come in and bid the system. So if they weren't familiar with what the system warranty was, then it's an easy miss. And I think that's from what I could tell, because I've done this before. I was looking at it from a standpoint, it's like, I don't think that warranty's correct. So.
Well, there's two of them with 25-year Musco warranty, both of them show 25 in 1 year.
25 and what?
One.
So,
Yeah.
And
so
there's,
it's-
apparently the warranty from Musco was pulled out of their packet, their bid packet, when they sent it in. So I'm gonna say that they were wanting 1 year warranty, that company.
Is there not a state bid on these lots?
yes, got the tips, they can go through Sourcewell, they can do anything they want with this. Probably around the same price.
Not with this grant. This grant was specifically said that it had to go through the bid process,
Okay.
which is what we did.
Fair.
So if that's the case, these are the two that we have to choose from.
We don't have to choose.
Well, I know we don't have to. I'm just saying that's what the committee is recommending to us.
I think it's had, Public Works had seen everything out. Unfortunately, they just weren't given what they needed, so.
What do you think the Public Works wasn't given that they needed?
The warrant, I think the warrant.
But they didn't bid it. So if the installer didn't
But
bid it
but when I'm
with that
sitting
on
back
there.
and now that you know that there's a 25-year
But I
Is
don't
that
know
not
it
changing?
because that person didn't bid it. So,
But what I'm telling you is that there is that.
but they didn't bid it, is what I'm
I
saying.
understand, but why would we throw away warranty just because of a clerical error?
Because who's to say that's a clerical error and they didn't bid it that way is what I'm saying. The installer that bid it
I think when we.
Exactly.
did not bid it. They only said they only wanted to give a 1-year warranty.
I think if we refuse this bid and we rebid it, it's gonna come back correct
I
25,
think so
25.
too. That's what I'm getting at.
I also
Well-
think we're gonna be open wide up for a lawsuit if it's done that way.
It says it on your request for bids, when you send those bid specs out, it says the city of Trumann has the right to refuse
Use all bids.
all bids.
That's exactly
Please
right.
correct me if I'm wrong.
But there was also some insinuating circumstances that caused the issue to start with, and that was getting more information and changing the bid that was put on there. And that's exactly what our attorneys have said, even Mr. Gazaway said, that we're gonna be opened up for a lawsuit. And if we rebid this, I guarantee you, we're gonna be opened up for a lawsuit.
Jimmy,
And you can ask
like
Mr.
to
Gazaway.
elaborate?
I do think so. You certainly have the power as the council to reject the bids, that's clear. You do not have to accept the bids. If you rebid it again, however, and the same people submit, and this person submits, this company submits a bid with a 25-year warranty, and it appears that you rejected all the bids, to give them an opportunity to bid with information now that they've gained from having the bids open and knowing now how to be more competitive. I just think it provides a company that might not otherwise get the bid at this opportunity, not awarded it later. Legal standpoint to bring a suit. Yes, I would have concerns with it.
If that's the case, then I say we look at the other bid of one of the 25-25s. They're still half the price yearly is what we're gonna be paying.
I don't remember which proposal it was.
I just can't see giving these two companies a bid at a 10-year warranty. Y'all know electronics. All this is electronics. Lighting, electronics, everything. It's outdated, basically the minute they install it, probably, because things are changing. And who's to say 10 years, we don't have to do it again? If we're in a warranty, we know we're guaranteed working lights for 25 years. Don't have to touch labor, don't have to touch a light. It's warranted.
Well, and I've said all along, I like the Musco lights, I like the 25 warranty. Question is, do you want to pay $150,000 more than what we're looking at in the two bids that have been recommended by the committee? That's, the next one up is $454,000 by Advanced Electric with the 25. Shelby Electric Memphis is $506,000.
Well, I mean, we're fixing to spend 308. That's the cheapest one we got. And in 10 years, we gotta spend 280, 308 again. Granted, they don't have any price increases. That's $617,000.
Who's saying 10 years we're gonna have to? The lights that are out there right now, Musco halogen lighting, they've been there for,
They're Muscos. We don't know what kind of, we don't know what these quality of these are.
well, the Lumitech lighting is, they've got them in Miami Dolphin Stadium, they've got them in several NHL stadiums, they've got them in several NCAA football stadiums, and obviously they're good lights or they wouldn't be putting them in.
Yeah, but they got the money to redo them every year, where we don't.
So, once these warranties are out, you're going to have to spend a pretty wild amount of money to get someone out here on a large enough lift to get up there, change, and someone who knows what they're doing. So you're looking at equipment, alleyway operator, probably just for the equipment, and then somebody to get up there and brave their poor soul to fix that light.
Griffiths?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a big ask. That's a big ask.
I mean, if there's, if there's gonna be $150,000 worth of repairs over that period after the 10 years, you gotta look at that. I mean,
It could easily be that.
easily not be anything near that, too.
How many times have the lights been repaired that we have now?
We've been lucky
You
here.
had a few lights replaced, bulbs replaced.
In Jonesboro, we were not so lucky. We'd have to get people from out of state to come do these lights.
How often?
So probably every 4 years.
What brand of lights are those?
That was different ones. That was like the Lumatech, and I don't know if we ever had any Musco that had any issues, but those were older lights as well.
So how old were those
I don't know
lights?
how old they were. I'd say maybe 15 years.
I mean, we're at a point when, you know, one way or the other, we need to make a decision instead of just sitting.
Well, the committee that picked these two or whatever, is there anybody that can say what the reasoning was for why they chose these out of all of these?
Well,
The
I'm not on the
technology,
committee. so I
the
don't know.
10-year warranty, the price, and the fact that those were the best value for the money. That they did have good, they were in, as the mayor said,
The stadiums
major
or
league
whatever.
stadiums. And for the money, and the fact that they had a 10-year warranty, whereas these other ones had 25 and 1, or were so much more money that the city's going to have to pay out of pocket on a what if. That was the recommendation.
Okay.
There's lots of what ifs. We all know that.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Who backs the warranties? Is it I can understand, you know, parts, I also understand labor. So who backs the parts warranty and who backs the labor warranty? Because it sounds like they're separate, because one's, if you got somebody bidding a 25-1 or a 25-10 or a 10-10 or whatever,
Two
I'm just trying to
different.
figure out, is it the contractor that's backing the labor and the manufacturer that's backing the parts, or what are we talking
I
about?
think the system usually backs both, but we do have somebody here that can tell us that. Let's go. If we will allow him to speak.
See no problem in it.
I mean, you sure, I mean, we can ask him, you know, that question, and which I know the answer, because Musco,
Well, let's ask the person who.
he has talked to me several times.
Okay,
and
well, we
told
can
me-
ask the guy who's here.
Let me finish talking.
My God.
I've talked to him several times in my office the other day. And he told me that their warranty covers both, 25, the parts and the labor from Musco. He's from Musco and he can speak for Musco. We don't have people here
I
from
get that,
Lumatech
but-
or the others that can answer that question.
He asked a question, you could have answered that, not you.
I think I just did answer.
I know you did.
They have to buy the lights and everything from him though, correct? They, from Musco? Yeah, if they use
Yeah, they
Musco
can-
lighting, they do.
Yeah, anybody can use their system, and there's other systems in place. He's a quick phone call, he's literally, I'm just, can you give me your thoughts, Macy? You're the one who have to deal with these lights and the reps and all the things, like what, do you have anything to add?
I've personally met, Zach at our Park and Rec convention. We've been in contact with each other. At the end of the day, if we just do what's best for the kids and see what's gonna benefit us out there, because in the long run, it's what the kids have, so that's fine.
I guess, I get it, we can sit here and go on what ifs, but I know what the bad what if, and that's, if they go south, or we're out 2 or 3 weeks, even if it is on warranty, because we're having to work with a guy from Louisiana to get over here, or a guy from Florida, or a guy from wherever, to service these things, when we have people that,
Where's he from?
he's from Wynn.
When?
But Musco's been all over the state for years. Like I'm looking at it from an experience standpoint.
Musco's almost in every high school.
Yeah, and there's other ones, and these aren't these aren't bad either.
So you didn't have a bid?
They're great systems, but I think when you're gonna look at it from the standpoint of who can tend to us quicker, that is something
No, the
that
guy.
needs to be looked at.
Oh,
She's doing a phenomenal job of getting things scheduled out there, and I hate to tinker with that because,
I see. I see.
We can't use the excuse of they'll get here quicker because we don't have anybody from the other companies here to say how long it take them to get here.
I'm just telling you from experience, got quite a bit of it.
I think we're gonna let the man talk and answer Jason's question.
Question answered.
I mean, for the most part, yeah, I mean, everybody said the manufacturer's the one that handles both warranties, so that means he's gonna pay whatever contractor comes out to fix it. Right?
Don't know anything about
Yeah,
that.
it's a mix of both. We've got in-house Musco techs that travel the country and maintain our systems. We also partner with local electrical subcontractors to maintain our systems as well. So whichever option's quicker usually, circumstance of the option. But we are carrying the 25 good manufacturers, material and labor.
There you go.
One, two, three.
We've already kind of got our legal advisement, so we need to, it's either we're looking at the large one that does have Musco, or one of these other ones. Either one of the two that.
I'll say that I believe that the council 100% has the authority without having any chances of a lawsuit or the possibility of a lawsuit from one of these other companies. If you go with either one of those two or the two Muscos that show 25 on their bid. And again, I don't have a vote against Ty. And I've told y'all all along, I like the Musco lights better. But I also agree with the committee and where they come from, is we're spending a lot more money on those lights than we actually have to on a what-if basis. So it's up to the council to make a decision.
So, Jimmy, from what you're saying is that since they have the largest, seem to have the largest warranty, it almost excludes them. Because if they were to come back and bid, then obviously they would probably get that because it is the 25 and it's within the price range of the project. So, I mean, that's not saying that none of the other systems that these companies carry can't come in and give a warranty of 25, 30 years.
Yeah, can they not come in and match
I
that?
just don't see why it stops right here because of what, given to what's happened, when we know there's better out there.
I think the problem is that we had a bid process for this particular project. Bids were submitted as they were, as it was advertised within the time period. They were opened as they were supposed to have been. And then after the fact, you get this extraneous information about one of the bids was not correct, or that they wanted to change their bid. And that's just simply not allowed. That defeats the whole purpose of the sealed bidding process. If you allow somebody to come in after the fact, and you use information gained after the fact, after those bids are open, that then influences your decision. And I think even if you reject them, and you rebid it, now everybody's seen everybody's cards. Everything's already been, now it's all been laid on the table. And now you were able to use, this information that was conveyed after the fact, essentially change the bid as it was submitted. It influences the process and basically taints the whole process. And I think it puts us in jeopardy for a lawsuit. Does that mean if you rejected them, and if it was rebid, then you're absolutely going to get sued? I can't tell you what will happen. You may or you may not. But I agree with Municipal League's legal opinion that doing that opens you up to the possibility of a lawsuit. And I think it goes back to, you have a competitive bidding process, the sealed bidding process, for a reason. And unfortunately, in this case, one of the bidders didn't submit their bid correctly. And in my opinion, we're kind of stuck with the consequences of that. But again, you don't have to accept any of these bids. I mean, it does say, in terms of the opening of the bid, on the date and time fixed in the notice, the board, commission officer, or the authority which or in whom authority is vested to award contracts shall open and compare the bids and thereafter award the contract to the lowest responsible bidder, but only if it is the opinion of the authority that the best interest of the taxing unit would be served thereby. So you could maybe make the argument that you don't believe the best interest of the taxing unit are served, but you only believe that because of the information that came to you after they were open. And my point is, that's where you've got the problem, because that defeats the whole purpose of the sealed competitive bidding process. And that's why I say I think they're just stuck with the bid that they originally submitted. But I don't have a vote, like the mayor said, I don't have a vote. I'm just here to give you advice. Do I think there's a possibility of a lawsuit? Yes. Ultimately, the decision lies with you guys.
Are we 100% positive with that grant money that it has to go to a bid process?
Yes.
It says it in there.
Because I wanted to go through the source well and look at that to start with, and they said we had to go through the bids.
You know?
I don't know.
Oh.
I didn't believe that. But,
What kind of lighting do we have now?
Let's go.
Let's go. Well, I know I've been out of the fire service for 12 years now, but back in the day, may not be today, but if we wanted a fire truck that we already was familiar with, we didn't have to go through a bid process. We could just pick Musco because we're using them already and we're familiar with them.
And I understand that, you know, some
It's
stuff.
probably
it isn't.
changed, but that was
Well,
good.
some stuff it isn't, we can still do it.
What happens at the end of the 90 days if we don't make a decision and the bids
Oh,
fall
we
off?
lose the grant.
Okay.
I answered what Ernie said, because it's a grant, and I asked him, so we lose the grant if we don't.
We don't lose the grant till the end of the year.
Right, well, I'm saying.
So these bids, their 90 days will hit in July.
Mhm.
If we can't get a bid in 5 months, we got problems.
Well, we're still running into the same issue. If you let them go and let them fall off, then some of these companies are gonna say, you did that for purpose because of this, what you heard.
Yep.
And you can ask Mr. Gasaway if I'm right there or not.
I agree with that. You can reject all of these bids, not vote on them, vote down these resolutions tonight. You've not accepted the bid. After 90 days, the bids expire. The grant, I understand, is still good to the end of the year. I've not personally checked that, but I have no reason to doubt the mayor on that, without doubt. Then you could rebid it. I think you, once again, have the same problem, because this whole process now has been tainted by information that came in after the fact about one of the bids that was not submitted correctly. And that's not anybody here's fault that the bids weren't submitted correctly. They just weren't. And now you guys have got to make a decision. Does it open you up to a lawsuit? Yes. Does it mean you can't take that course of action? No, you can take that course of action. Just understand that if the bids expire, don't approve one of these resolutions, let the bids expire, rebid it, depending on what happens, would the city be subject to a lawsuit? It might be valid and has some legitimacy to it, yes. That's my opinion, that's the municipality's opinion. Ultimately, how to proceed is y'all's decision. Doesn't matter to me either way. You guys can do what you want. I'm just advising.
Will you be representing us in that lawsuit?
Municipally, probably, but I would be a part of it.
Okay.
So we're only talking 146,000 difference. And we get 15 more years parts and labor. That's the only money we're talking, right?
Yes, you don't have to be rebid. I don't know what those.
No, I'm just saying if we
That
go
would
with,
thrown out.
if we go with the Musco that's on here, we're only looking at $146,000 difference.
Well, see, that Musco's not even one of the
So
resolutions.
now we can
So
only
they would
do
have to
this
type
one,
that
or
up
this
and,
one. Is that where we're at?
because right now on the resolutions that we have.
So we're just bidding,
Well, that resolution that
any
we
of those
have
others.
can be amended as we have amended resolutions and ordinances before. Here at the meeting.
My concern is that this followed a process that I think everybody knew and understood. It was vetted by the committee. The two that came out of the committee process to be presented to the council. It's time for the whole sealed and competitive bidding process. Yes, you have a lot of discretion, don't get me wrong, but, there is a process to this, a proper process that must follow. My advice is that you just keep following the proper process.
I had to go pick this up physically at that office. That was not emailed to go through 3 or 4 of those. So that's also a part of the process, but we are not following that process. As in, you're not giving us all the information to submit to Public Works that we can look, so we could actually comb through this and see.
All of that information was presented to Public Works. They had every one of those.
Wasn't, yeah, I'm sure, because they had to come at that day, come check this out? No.
They were brought to them. They
Brought
looked
to, yeah, exactly, that day. They
your
couldn't look
chairperson,
into this.
and she was on the committee, the chairperson of the committee is Kara, they all looked at it.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, if you're handing me a 50-page packet, I'm gonna tell you, no, because that is silly.
The committee didn't say no. They looked at them and took care of business like they should.
well, the committee didn't have all the facts out either.
Yes, they did. They had all of the
What facts
of
do
this.
you think we did not have? I mean, it's, other than like doing research to see what other opinions, what places they are. This tells you the information. It tells you in black and white what the information was, what they bid. I can read. And so therefore, all I'm saying is they didn't bid it. I don't care what y'all learned since then, they didn't bid it. And just like Jimmy said, this is what was bid. Anything else after that is changing it.
I hadn't learned
So,
anything from any of this.
how
I'm just
can
looking
you
at
not-
the facts on this paper.
I am too, and that's
I
a
can
lot
tell-
more money when you are talking about ifs. And in 10 years, what are you saying? In 10 years, this is all gonna be trash? I think they have a better track record than that, these companies.
I'm not saying it can, but you gotta look at that. At the end of that, I'm just like Brandon. If the lights go out, I go back to my printer. I gotta pay $3,000 to get somebody to come look at my printer that I wrap vehicles with.
Yeah.
That don't include their time down. That's just a service call fee. And then you turn around and take the time down, the hotel room, the parts and labor, and all that. You can be easy on my printer, $15,000.
Okay, but your argument was this is all technology, and then it's installed and it's already obsolete. Well, in 10 years, I hate to say that, but 10 years is 10 years. Do you not think there's something bigger and better? And if it has to be done again, that whoever's on the council running the city at that time can't look at that again and go, oh my gosh, this is way bigger and better than what we have now. I mean, just looking at it from a financial standpoint as of today, I don't see paying almost $500,000 for some lights, and I get we've already got half of that, but that just seems
How long
crazy
has
to
the
me.
park been built? Does anybody know?
What, out there?
2001?
Yeah,
Heard that.
So we're right at 25 years?
Yeah.
And we're having to replace everything.
okay. But you
Wait a
haven't
minute,
used
wait a
the
minute.
warranty on it
Let me
in
answer that real
25
quick.
years.
We're not having to replace it.
No.
They're
We're
just doing
replacing
it.
them to get LED lights that save us money on our electric bill. That's the biggest reason for replacing them, not because they're all burnt out and they're all worn out.
That just doesn't make sense to me, and yes, we all did read it, and yes, this is what the council or the committee recommended. And the reason we recommended it is because they had the best warranty for the
Yeah,
price.
I felt like that, just knowing what I knew about,
Felt like we weren't able to read, is what it sounds like, so.
no, just
But we
talking
were.
about the warranty itself, changed it.
But no, not enough to pay $500,000 for some lights.
That's, there was one that was a little bit cheaper than that got thrown out. That's-
Yeah, it did, by the recommendation of the committee, which is what you wanted, these committees, so we could vet this information before it came to the council. And that is what was done. Thank you.
Well, I can tell you, I don't want to be involved in a lawsuit
Me either.
at all. So,
Yeah, we got 4 already. We need another one.
I don't know about 4.
Well, 3.
I don't know about 3, I know 2. That's not on this agenda either.
so at this point, if we want to go ahead and vote, whatever, we would have to do it on the 2 resolutions that are here, correct?
You wouldn't necessarily have to
Well-
if somebody wanted to recommend one of these other 25.
Okay,
25.
that's on here, but we don't have a resolution typed up for that.
Amended that we have to put their name and their figures in there.
Okay. Well,
Or we can read it next month.
and when did the 90 days start?
Let's see.
It was on there. Gonna be the end of
4/28 is when the bids were
Let's
open.
call it March the 29th. Hold on, let me do it.
She said
March 29th.
4/28.
That's what it says when it's open or something, wasn't it?
You'd have to have-
Stay in this.
So the July,
You'd have to do it today or tonight or call special meeting.
either tonight or when, Jason, did you say? July?
If it's inside
It's
the
in-
90 day, you'd have to, if the 29th of March is when the bids were open, then you've got 90 days from there, that means it's gotta be done tonight.
It was
or
4/28
before
when
the
they were opened. Is it by the date they were opened? That was 4/28 according to the,
It was April the 28th.
April the 28th?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, March the 28th was the EDA, when the EDA was another.
But then you got till
July 28th.
May, June, July, you got until, if you're gonna select one off this bid, this particular bid process, we'd have till next month.
I mean, our only option is
I don't see that we don't have a choice.
advanced electric.
Your option is, if the Musco lighting is what you want, you pick one of those two.
That's your option.
and go with it. Or, just like the whole warranty thing, we got about as much chance of the lights going out in 10 years as we do get sued. So, you just got to take your pick your poison. mood a little bit. My kids are grown, so it doesn't matter to me which light goes out. We're gonna do
It doesn't matter to me.
My kids really aren't out there a lot.
Mine are, but hopefully I'm gonna have grandkids out there one day.
Well, I don't care who's out there, any kids, it needs to be right.
Well, I know just sitting here is not getting anything done. We need to make a decision. We need to make a or to make a, motion for one of the two, make a motion for one of the other two must-goes, or make a motion to dismiss it all, or, I mean, we need to do something.
Now, on the CNS mechanicals, that's 25-1. I mean, does it really matter? I mean, because Musco was going to warranty, the warranty on it.
It's a different.
It's a different warranty. They said 1 year, and that's what we have to go by,
Mhm.
according to Arkansas Municipal League and even Mr. Gazaway.
All right. Where was that Advanced Electric out of? Remember?
I don't remember for sure, but I think they were either Louisiana or Texas, but I'm not 100% sure. I think there was 13 bids.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to remember.
I make a motion to table it till next month. Don't sound like we're gonna solve anything tonight, we don't.
I mean, if we're all for 25 and 25 and Musco Lights, I mean,
The only options that
is Advanced Light and get it done and instead of taking a chance on losing anything.
It's basically $2,700 more a year for that, if you quit, look at it on a yearly term. But
Looking at the total price, you're looking at $204,000 more that we'll have to come up with total from the $250,000 grant, if we go with Advance.
I feel like we dropped that on a lot of things. Like, I really want to invest in our parks and make sure that we're doing the correct thing. I get, you guys don't have kids there, but a lot of people do. We want it to we know something lasts. I get it, technology, yes, 10 years can look a lot different, but under the circumstance we have right now, if that is all that's keeping us from what we want, the council wants, then, yeah, I say that is the best deal.
which one?
Advance.
Advance. I agree.
So it don't matter to me, so if, Ernie, if you'll rescind your motion, I'll make a motion to accept the advance.
I'll rescind my motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the advance bid.
I'll second it.
Les Stewart made a motion to accept Advance, John Paul Thompson second. Any more discussion? Ms. Toddy, roll call vote,
Oh, wait,
please.
I have a
I'm sorry,
question.
hold on. Go
And
ahead.
this is the Musco lighting that he's talking about?
Yeah.
That he can come and, just, it doesn't matter who it's through?
It's Advance
Correct.
Musco Lighting.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
advance is.
Well, I mean,
is the
Waves
contract.
Electric uses Musco too.
Yeah,
I'm just
Advance,
saying it
yeah,
doesn't-
Advance is
type.
a installation company,
Right.
installing company. And they are installing the Musco lights that they're providing through Musco, but they're providing them. And so Musco lights have a 25-year warranty, and Advance
Yeah.
has a 25-year
Parts and labor.
Parts.
replacement labor warranty.
Right.
So other discussion? Ms. Toddy, roll call vote, please.
Cindy Wood,
4.
Candida Robinson is absent, Kara Roach,
No.
Billy Poe,
4.
Jason Stewart,
4.
John Paul Thompson,
4.
Ernie Link,
Or,
Brandon Schrader, Bonnie Winkles,
4.
Brett Parker.
Right. Motion passes, we will get started on that. Probably, well, will be first thing in the morning, I think. We'll get started on that very soon.
Do we have to approve that secondary resolution? I think, this is one of the things, you tell me if I'm
Yes,
wrong.
yes, we have
We'll
to read that resolution.
We'll have to redo that resolution and read it at the next meeting.
I think that's the easiest way to do it.
Yep.
Well, and that's fine, I mean, we can do that. We can still let advance know that the council has approved them. We've got to take the resolution to council with their name on it and their price on it, and then we'll be going from there. So. All right, next up is new business, resolution number 1349, 2026. This is the resolution to give a COLA raise to retired employees when regular employees get a COLA raise. If you don't know what COLA is, because some people don't understand, it's cost of living adjustment that the federal government does. They issue a percentage each year. That's where it comes from. Ms. Toddy, would you read the resolution, please?
Resolution number 1349, 2026. A resolution to provide that retired employees of the city of Trumann shall receive the same cost of living adjustment, COLA, increases approved for active city employees and for other purposes. Whereas the City Council of the City of Trumann recognizes the years of dedicated service provided by retired employees of the city, and whereas the City Council desires to ensure that retired employees continue to receive equitable consideration regarding increases in the cost of living, and whereas the City Council finds it to be in the best interest of the City of Trumann to provide that retired employees shall receive the same annual cost of living adjustment, COLA, increases approved by the City Council for active city employees. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Trumann, Arkansas. Section 1, any retired employee of the City of Trumann currently receiving retirement benefits from the city shall receive the same annual cost of living adjustment, COLA, increase approved by the City Council for active city employees. Section 2, said COLA increase shall become effective at the same time as the COLA increase approved for active city employees. Section 3, the city clerk, treasurer, and all other appropriate officials of the city are hereby authorized and directed to take all actions necessary to carry out the intent of this resolution. Section 4, this resolution shall be enforced in full effect from and after its passage and approval.
And do I hear a motion to approve?
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Ernie Link made a motion, John Paul Thompson second. Any discussion?
Yes, I wasn't here when y'all talked about that, so I've looked at some things. So I know that this is just, or I'm asking, is this just for elected officials only? To do like or retirement, to be able to do a COLA? I know there's a law, I think that Ms. Marlene had given where we could, if we wanted to, do this.
And we'll have to ask Mr. Gasaway exactly to be for sure. I'm pretty sure that this is just for elected officials because regular city employees are invested in a retirement themselves. Am I correct?
Well, where does their money go? Who,
Here's, I mean, you make a good point, and I just read this resolution. It says any retired employee. Well, employee is different than elected official. And I should have caught this earlier, but that's a good point. And as I recall, the only retirement that the city of Trumann has had in the past, we had set up some retirement program basically for certain elected officials qualified. Marlene is one that qualified. There have been 2 or 3 others.
Carol Wazonia was the other.
Carol, and there's not been many that have qualified, or have taken advantage of it. But and there's specific ordinances on this that set it up, and I had to look at it. I remember this was years ago when Marlene retired, and kind of how all that worked. But I had not looked at those ordinances in a while. I'm pretty sure it only applied to certain elected officials that met certain criteria.
Mhm.
It's specific, you know, for the city of Trumann, somebody asked if this applied to, you know, firefighters.
We already get that.
Right, covered through lot fee.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a whole different retirement program than what this was. This was set up, I think what this ordinance is geared for was those that were set up through the city of Trumann by ordinance,
Mhm.
applied to a very limited number of people, but the way this resolution reads, it says retired employee. And that's probably not going to be accurate when you look at the people that are actually eligible
Mhm.
for this. So that's a good point. I didn't think about it, so.
Can we amend that tonight?
It is just a resolution, but I will say, I really would like to review those ordinances
And,
so that we can be specific as to what we're referring to.
yeah, and passing this to next month until he looks at that and we discuss it and get the ordinance corrected, it's not gonna matter because it'll be, after January before she'd qualify for, if it passed and it was given a cold raise, it'd be after January.
Yeah, I think what I read in municipal league, you have to be a full-time employee for 10 years and retire at a certain age,
60.
and then you're eligible.
Full-time elected official, right? And
Yeah, full-time elected official, I'm
for
sorry.
Council people, it was more like 20 years or something like that at one time. I don't know if that's even still a thing.
Oh, Lord.
And I don't remember, I've looked at them, it's been years since I've looked at them. But I don't think this resolution, the way it's worded, is going to catch what you're trying to do. I think what you're trying to do is for those elected officials that meet all the criteria that we have in an ordinance that I think we can.
And I agree with that.
So, I make a motion that we table it so that he gets an opportunity to,
Well, we have a
Arnie's
motion.
gotta take his motion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My motion, I make a motion, we
Okay.
table it till next month.
there you go.
Ernie made the motion.
I second.
And Cindy Wood second, table it next month. Any discussion? All-
Marlene, we gonna get you some money, girl.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed with no. We will table that. All right, next up is resolution number 1350. This is a resolution to allow us to apply for this year's Fun Park grant. This is a non-matching grant that will allow us to add more playground equipment to the park at Sports Complex. We applied for this grant last year and didn't get it. We did get the Great Strides grant. We're not eligible for it this year. Ms. Toddy, would you read the resolution, please?
Resolution number 1350, 2026, a resolution authorizing the city of Trumann to apply for the Arkansas Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism Fun Park Grant for improvements to the Trumann Recreational Complex. Whereas the city of Trumann recognizes the importance of safe, accessible, and quality recreational opportunities for children, families, residents, and visitors. And whereas the Trumann Recreational Complex serves as a public recreation area for the community and provides an important space for outdoor activity, family engagement, youth recreation, and community gatherings. And whereas the city desires to improve the Trumann Recreational Complex through the purchase and installation of new playground equipment and related improvements, including accessible recreational features and safety surfacing. And whereas the proposed project includes a playground improvements generally described as a smart play treetops play structure, cover spinner, engineered wood fiber fall surfacing, border timbers, ADA half ramp installation freight and related project cost, with an estimated total project cost of $96,771.40. And whereas the Arkansas Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism administers the Fun Park Grant Program to assist eligible Arkansas communities with outdoor recreation improvements, and whereas the city of Trumann is eligible to apply for the Fun Park Grant and desires to submit an application for funding assistance for improvements at the Trumann Recreational Complex. And whereas the City Council finds that applying for and, if awarded, accepting Fun Park Grant funding is in the best interest of the citizens of Trumann. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Trumann, Arkansas, Section 1, the City Council hereby authorizes the City of Trumann to submit an application to the Arkansas Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism for the Fun Park Grant Program for improvements to the Trumann Recreational Complex. Section 2, the mayor is hereby authorized to execute and submit all application materials, certifications, assurances, agreements, and other documents necessary to apply for and administer the grant if awarded. Section 3, the City Council hereby supports the proposed improvements to the Trumann Recreational Complex and confirms that the project will serve a public recreational purpose for the benefit of the City of Trumann, Arkansas community. Section 4, if awarded, the City of Trumann agrees to comply with all applicable grant requirements, including project administration, procurement, reporting, maintenance, and any other conditions required by the Arkansas Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism. Section 5, the resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval.
Do I hear a motion to approve?
Make motion, approve.
Second.
Schrader made a motion, Ernie Link a second. Any discussion?
Is this gonna replace the existing play structure out there?
No,
Or
it'll
is
be
this
an
gonna be an
addition to it.
addition? Okay.
What was the addition to? Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed with no. Next up is ordinance number 754. The state legislature has passed legislation to prohibit certain restrictions on regulation of accessory dwelling units, or ADUs. These are separate living units on same property as main houses. This ordinance is to cover us according to this legislation. And unless Ms. Toddy, if she'll read this.
Ordinance number 754, 2026. An ordinance amending ordinance number 661, the revised zoning code for the City of Trumann, Arkansas, declaring an emergency and for other purposes. Whereas on December 10th, 2019, the City Council of the City Council of the City of Trumann adopted a revised zoning code pursuant to ordinance number 661-219. And whereas from time to time it is necessary to amend and update provisions of the zoning code, and whereas Arkansas Act 313 of 2025 necessitates revisions to the city's regulations regarding accessory dwelling units, ADUs, and whereas the Planning Commission of the City of Trumann has reviewed Section 5.02.0, permitted uses for residential districts, accessory dwelling table entry, Section 8.02.0, permitted uses for agricultural districts, accessory dwelling table entry, and Section 10.03.0, accessory dwelling units. And whereas the Planning Commission voted unanimously to amend Section 5.02.0 to allow accessory dwelling units as a permitted use in all residential districts. And whereas the Planning Commission voted unanimously to amend Section 8.02.0 to allow accessory dwelling units as a permitted use in agricultural districts, and whereas the Planning Commission further voted unanimously to repeal and reenact Section 10.03.0 accessory dwelling units as set forth herein, and whereas the Planning Commission further voted unanimously to repeal Section 10.04.0A in its entirety. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Trumann, Arkansas, Section 1, Section 5.02.0, permitted uses for residential districts, is hereby amended so that accessory dwelling units are permitted in all residential districts. Section 2, Section 8.02.0, permitted uses for agricultural districts, is hereby amended so that accessory dwelling units are permitted. Section 3, Section 10.03.0, accessory dwelling units, is hereby repealed and reenacted to read as follows. Section 10.03.0, accessory dwelling units, ADUs. The following requirements shall apply to accessory dwelling units. A, permitted use. An accessory dwelling unit shall be permitted by right on any lot or parcel containing an existing single-family detached residence. B, development standards. Accessory dwelling units shall comply with the following standards. 1, maximum occupancy. Occupancy shall be limited to 1 family. 2, numbered allowed. 1 ADU per lot or parcel containing an existing single-family dwelling shall be permitted. 3, size limitations. The maximum size of an attached or detached ADU shall not exceed the lesser of 75% of the gross floor area of the principal single-family dwelling, or 1,000 square feet of gross floor area. Detached ADUs shall have a minimum size of 400 square feet. 4, setbacks. The ADU shall comply with all setback requirements applicable to the principal single-family residence within the zoning district in which it is located. 5, public improvements. No improvements to public streets or sidewalks shall be required as a condition of ADU construction, except for the repair or reconstruction of any public street or sidewalk disturbed during construction. C, permitting requirements. Accessory dwelling units shall require a building permit. Application shall include all required plans, documents, and applicable fees. 1, a scale site plan shall be submitted in accordance with the building permit provisions of this code. 2, all required forms and documentation shall be completed in accordance with the building permit provisions of this code. 3, a non-refundable review fee shall be paid as established in the schedule of fees adopted by the City Council. If no such fee is established, the review fee shall be $250. Section 4, Section 10.04.0, Child Care Centers, subsection A, which reads, Child Care Centers are required to obtain a conditional use permit before beginning operations, is repealed and removed. Section 5, all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict wherewith are hereby repealed to the extent of such conflict. Section 6, emergency clause. It is hereby found and determined that immediate implementation of these amendments is necessary to comply with the state law and to promote the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of Trumann. Therefore, an emergency is declared to exist, and this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval.
All right, do I hear a motion to approve the ordinance and the emergency clause? So moved. Jason Stewart made a motion.
A second.
Carol wrote second. Any discussion? Do I need to take a separate vote on the emergency clause, or it's all included in the same, right?
This clause is supposed to pass by a 2/3 vote. It's supposed to, for some reason, not just tell everybody, announce that voting on the ordinance and the emergency clause will pass not more than 2/3 and go forward.
We'll take a vote on the ordinance and the emergency clause, both. Understand that you are voting on that. So I'm gonna take a roll call vote, please.
I had a question.
Yes, sir, I'm sorry.
What is the reason for the emergency clause? Is there something tying this up, or is this
To
just
make
because
us
the state?
comply, to make us
For the
comply
bill,
with the
for the
state.
bill? Okay, gotcha.
Yep. Unfortunately, we can't vote this down. It's
Right.
something we gotta
Right.
do to comply, sir.
Roll call vote, please, Ms. Toddy.
Cindy Wood.
4,
Candida Robinson's absent. Carol Roach.
4.
Billy Poe.
4.
Jason Stewart.
4.
John Paul Thompson.
4.
Ernie Link.
4.
Brandon Schrader.
4.
Bonnie Winkles.
4.
Brett Parker.
4.
Motion passes. Now we need to have the second, third reading on the emergency clause canceled.
No, you'll have to amend the rules to read by title only for the second and third reading, and then vote for all 3 readings tonight.
Make sure I had
I'll
that.
make that motion.
I'll second it.
Jason Stewart made the motion to suspend the rules and read the title only for the second and third reading. John Paul Thompson, second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ms. Toddy, would you read the second reading and third reading by title only, please?
Ordinance number 754-2026, an ordinance amending ordinance number 661, the revised, the revised zoning code for the city of Trumann, Arkansas, declaring an emergency and for other purposes. Ordinance number 754-2026, an ordinance amending ordinance number 661, the revised zoning code for the city of Trumann, Arkansas, declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
Hear a motion to approve.
So moved.
Jason Stewart made the motion.
Second.
John Paul Thompson second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. All right. That's all we have there, and then finally we'll have the mayor's report. We celebrated Memorial Day with a program at the American Legion Park, which is the Rocket Park, with a dedication to Ronnie Taylor for his 30-plus years of maintaining the park. We had approximately 80 people in attendance. The materials for the moving of the water and sewer, along with the expansion of the 69 expansion project, is on site, and the construction is set to begin in the next few weeks. The contracts for the clear water tank project should be ready for signature in the next day or so, and construction should begin soon. We have started the process to get the new tornado sirens. As soon as we get all of that lined out with the bidding and all, we will report back to the council. The Betty Street Park walking trail is in the contract and design phase. We hope to have this project in construction very soon. The RFP for the disaster cleanup contract has been advertised, and we're getting replies to those. Several grants have been applied for or are being applied for to purchase bulletproof vests for our officers. And I'm going to say that if we can't find a grant pretty soon, we need to start looking at coming up with the money ourselves to provide vests for these guys, because they got to have them. The water rate study that is required by the state will be completed and sent into the state by the end of this month, which is, we have to have done. Once this goes through the state at some point, they will come back with their results and tell us what our water rates will have to be. We will not have an option on this. What they say our rates are to be is what we will have to follow. The Chamber of Commerce is gearing up for the Wild Duck Festival. This looks to be another record year for the festival. That's all I have. Do we have any open public comments?
Okay.
Okay.
Start the clock. In case there's any problem there. Wayne Schmidt, Ward 2, 601 Honeysuckle. I represent Citizens for a Clean Trumann. Citizens for a Clean Trumann submitted a list of 72 structures for condemnation over 3 years and 5 months ago, plus an additional 8 structures were added on January the 19th of this year to bring our total to 80. Code enforcement developed their own list of 49. They had 18 in 2023, 6 in 2024, 25 in 2025, for a total of 49. After reviewing the 49 on the city list and 80 on the Citizens for a Clean Trumann list, the results are 13 from code enforcement list still need to be removed, 33 from Citizens for a Clean Trumann list still need to be removed, so that's 49 or 46 that need to be taken down as of today. Help us understand why you think not cleaning up Trumann is a good idea. Public safety for our police officers and firefighters should be everyone's goal. Why hasn't our mayor addressed our code enforcement situation in the past 3 years and 5 months? We are not asking code enforcement to break the law. We are asking code enforcement to enforce the law. Citizens for a Clean Trumann has asked the mayor to add all remaining structures submitted over 3 years ago to the city council agenda for discussion each month until resolved, but he refuses to do so. It is obvious our mayor is not serious about cleaning up the city, since only 6 structures were submitted for condemnation in 2024. And that is 6 out of 117 which remained at that time. The last mayor who failed to clean up Trumann only received 16% of the vote when running for re-election. Now let me say that again. The last mayor who failed to clean up Trumann only received 16% of the vote when running for re-election. No structures were submitted tonight, which proves our point. Let me say that again. No structures were submitted tonight, which proves our point. Now, the good news, filing for city council positions and city offices starts July the 29th with a deadline of August the 5th to turn in your petitions. All necessary petitions and paperwork can be picked up at the Poinsett County Courthouse. Thank you.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Ernie Link made a motion.
Second.
Were you, I'm sorry, were you on the list?
No, I thought you opened it up to the public.
No, that's, it has to, you have to sign up. I'm sorry.
We're good.
Jason Stewart made a motion.
Second.
Ernie made it.
Oh, Ernie made the motion, Jason second, sorry. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Hey, you had your last time.
Yeah, man,